My name's Nick Hayes and I'm a financial planner at Freedom Financial Planning. And in this short video today, I'm just going to explain to you what we believe is effective financial planning here at Freedom. Now, for all our clients, we explain their assets as if they were inside the financial bucket. And anything that we put inside a client's financial bucket is any money that you might be able to go out and access within the next 7 or 10 days. So for example, common assets that sit inside the bucket might be the cash that you have in your bank accounts, it might be any savings plans that you have, or any investments that you currently have. What's important to distinguish is between the assets that sit inside of the financial bucket and those assets that sit outside the financial bucket. Now, for the majority of our clients, the major asset that they have that sits outside the financial bucket is their house. Now, the only time really that you ever get to enjoy the value that's within your family home is probably when you downsize later in retirement, and at which stage money and equity is released from the house, which flows into your financial bucket. Another major asset which an awful lot of clients have are a pension fund, demonstrated by this bag of money here at the top of the page. Now, when you come to retirement, a quarter of your pension fund will be usable and allowable to take as a tax-free cash lump sum, with the remaining 75% used to provide you with an income. So at retirement, on taking the cash, the tax-free cash, that money will flow into the financial bucket. One last asset that many clients have would be their business. Okay, and it's an asset that sits there and has value now today, but only ever is really realised when you retire and sell the business, and at which stage you would receive the proceeds of the business sale. On a regular basis, you also have income flowing into your financial bucket in the way of your salary. It may well be the case that you also have money flowing into your financial bucket in the form of dividends from your business. There may be other sources of income, such as child benefit, as well, flowing on a regular basis money into the bucket. If we look a little bit further into the future, you're also likely to have some entitlement to some state pension. You're also going to be looking at taking an income from your pension fund, okay? And it may well be the case that you also manage to get retirement income from the business as well. Now, on face value, that looks great, because all that's going to happen to your financial bucket is the money in here is just going to rise and rise and rise. But unfortunately, in the real world, we know life isn't like that, because on the side of your financial bucket, there is a tap. Now, this tap here demonstrates the cost of your current living. Okay, so what you're spending your money on at the moment. So filling the cars full of fuel, putting food on the table, putting the kids through school, going on holiday, and doing all the things that you spend money on at the moment. All right. Now, what we want to work with you to develop is, at some stage in the future, that level of expenditure will stop. And for most people, that coincides with when they take retirement. And at that stage, experience tells us that for the majority of clients, expenditure actually tends to rise at that stage in the early years of retirement. The only time that that expenditure should ever really stop is probably in the latter years of retirement, when perhaps you've not got the physical capabilities to do the things that you were doing here in the early retirement. And for the majority of people, again, expenditure tends to reduce in the latter years. The only time that that final tap will ever stop is probably when you go into that box into the ground, okay? Now, the reason why I've demonstrated this to you today is because our job at Freedom Financial Planning is not just necessarily about helping you manage your savings, your investments, or your pension plan. What we want to do is work with you to help manage your financial bucket, because we guarantee one of two scenarios will take place. With no planning at all, either you will get through this stage of life, you'll come to retirement, the tap will be on so fiercely that without realising it, the money in the financial bucket will run dry. But alternatively, and potentially worse, without planning again, you could well end up going through life not really understanding how much you can spend before you realise you're at this stage here and the level of the bucket is actually up here somewhere. Now, the two major problems for me with that is, not only potentially will you be looking at paying inheritance tax at 40%, but more importantly, you'll you won't have done the things that you should have done here and enjoyed your lives as much as you should have done. So at Freedom Financial Planning, this here is what we believe should take place for effective financial planning.